Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And in these next two episodes, we're going to talk about, well, first, my marketing strategy, and tomorrow it's going to be Neil's marketing strategy.
So, Eric, what's your personal marketing strategy?
So, my personal marketing strategy, are we talking the long-term vision?
Yeah, I want short-term and long-term. What are you planning on doing in the next few months? Like, what are you doing, technically not even next few months.
Yep.
What are you doing daily or having your team do daily? And what's your long-term vision?
Yeah, so our team daily right now on the agency side, we're just focused on continuing to deliver great client work and they're just focused on retaining. It's very simple with the agency business. It's you have great people and then you have it's services and sales at the end of the day. So the main focus there is around getting the sales team ready. But what I've been working on we're talking, before end of year is getting myself like 95% out of the business because we have the people in place that can keep the business growing, keep it running without me having to be involved in the day-to-day.
Okay, and in the short run, what are the specific tactics that they're doing?
To succeed for clients?
For yourselves, for your own company to grow it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so for us, what's working right now is a lot of the content marketing stuff that you're seeing. So the podcast stuff that we're doing, the video works really well, SEO works really well. And here's another customer acquisition strategy. Believe it or not, if you actually do good work for your clients, you actually get referrals and you get cross sells and upsells. And that's where the real money comes from because we have actually very similar to Neil. When we have a big client come in, let's say like it's like a Uber, for example, they might start small, but that they have this big war chest. If you can build the trust, if you can start doing really well for them right out the gate, you're going to be able to expand that into a really big account.
Okay, so let's exclude the referral side for a minute. You mentioned 3: content marketing, podcasts, and videos.
Content marketing, podcasts, videos, and SEO.
SEO, okay. Mm-hmm. Out of those, what percentage of your revenue comes from those channels?
Yeah, so...
Or leads, or however you want to break it down.
15 to 20% comes from podcasting.
Okay.
And that's split between like Growth Everywhere Marketing School, for example. And sometimes people listen to both. And then almost none comes from video right now because video is a really new thing for us. We're talking 7 months in. So we're still growing that. And most of the rest, I would say 50% or so comes from, 50 to 60% comes from the content marketing SEO stuff that we're doing.
Cool. And what's your long-term strategy? Or going actually back to that, you broke down the percentages. Where do you spend most of your money on marketing? Is it SEO, content marketing, or?
Content marketing. And within that umbrella, it is SEO, it's podcast, video stuff. I just put it all in there.
Cool. All right. And long-term vision, what are you trying to do in the long run?
Yeah, so long run, I see, and I actually spent, I think, like Neil and I, we're looking at this thing right now. It's called The Vivid Vision. And I recommend you guys read that book, by the way. It's about getting your entire vision out there and then throwing it in front of your team, throwing it in front of the world. But the long-term vision is to have Singlegrain be self-sustaining. I want it to be a bed for hiring creative talent, so marketing talent, just fostering them. And if they want to stay with the agency, great. But what I found, and you know this as well, is people tend to poach great marketing talent from marketing agencies. And so I want to build an ecosystem where they have the flexibility to move along different projects. If they want to move to something else, they're like, hey, I'm kind of getting sick of this. I want to work on something else. Great. We'll make that possible for you.
Cool. And if you've been doing Singlegrain for 3, 4, 5 years?
So it's been 4 years. I took the company over 4 years ago.
Okay. So for 4 years, if you had to go back in time, you're already doing a ton of stuff marketing. You have your long-term vision now. I can see the doc. I'm assuming you just created this in May, right?
Yeah.
Which is this month.
Yeah.
So if you just created it in May and you had to go back 4 years, what would you have changed with your marketing if you had to do it all over again?
I would focus on one area instead of trying to do too many things at once.
And what did you try to do when you first started, when it came to marketing? Because technically right now you do more than you did when you first started Singlegrain. Yeah,
well, we do a lot more, but in the very beginning, keep in mind, in the very beginning, we're getting all the leads from you.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So we had to do a lot of different things and throw spaghetti against the wall. But I would say instead of trying to, I mean, what we tried to do was like, okay, let's try paid ads, let's try all this different stuff, and then like a lot of it didn't work, and we're like, oh, let's try this different service. We just kept moving around and switching too quickly. I think that's the problem with a lot of marketing and sales and even business as well. People try to do too many things and they switch too quickly because they're not patient enough. Now you see with Singlegrain, I've stuck through it for 4 years, and it's only 4 years. It's still basically, we're still rolling it. I would stay patient and focus more and not try to do too many things.
Cool. Those are all the questions I have. Anything else that you want to add from your end?
Yeah, I think long-term vision, it's Neil and I have we'll see what he saes next, but my long-term vision at least is to, have different, buy different businesses, incubate them, grow them, and then eventually, just continue to, there's this organization actually in New York called Loeb, and then they just have, they basically call themselves like a startup lab. I want to have the ability to do that because, like I mentioned in a couple episodes ago, you have this ability. You're like a wizard. You can just grow businesses, take them, and then optimize them, and you have this playbook, and that's what you want to do ultimately, or that's what I want to do ultimately.
Cool. Well,
All right.
There you guys have it. If you guys want the marketing tools, go to singlegrain.com/giveaway.
See you tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.